It's the SpongeDudes. New year, same us. We're here to irritate you. Talking about SpongeBob. I'm Babbage.
I'm Clitter Tot Tot.
It is Tim Tom Timmy Jim Jam.
Hey, I went to college.
And we are here to talk about SpongeBob episode 11. MuscleBob BuffPants and Squidward the Unfriendly Ghost. I suppose that you're here to listen to us talk about it, so let's go. Starting off the episode of MuscleBob BuffPants, which is what I call Jackson and anyone who lifts anything that looks like it's heavy. We have SpongeBob doing his daily routine, which we have seen before, of lifting up weights, which is just two stuffed animals strapped to a bar. So what's he get on the bar? How much does the bar weigh?
I mean, the standard bar weighs 45 pounds, but based on SpongeBob's abilities, I'm guessing that's maybe a broom handle or like something of that nature.
Well, later in the episode, he can't even lift a glass of something to drink. So yeah, he's lifting weights. He's doing as good of a job as he can at it. And Sandy just kind of invites herself in and makes fun of his gym setup. How rude, obviously. He has his motivational poster on the wall. He's got his weights, which is just a bunch of stuffed animals. And she's like, you're not going to get anything done like that. And then she shows off her Terry Crews arms.
Just for a whole posing routine.
Yeah. She's like those professional professional bodybuilders that do the shows. Like, she's got every form down.
She looks so good. Doesn't like she's so ripped.
You want some of that squirrel-lessy?
I put down... Oh, shut up. I put down something that says, SpongeBob is Baby J. Boom roasted.
Is it the bone arm?
That's when he's lifting and his arms fall off.
Well, it's when he holds his arm out after Sandy does her show, and his is flapping in the wind.
Yeah.
So then Sandy's like, "Hey, I can get you buff. So come to my house. I'll show you how it's done." And she makes him do push-ups, which we cut into the middle of him doing push-ups, right?
So there's a little dream sequence first where he's dreaming about how to be buff or how it would like to be buff, laying on his bed.
Sponge.
Yeah, that would change everything.
La 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 la.
When he's laying on the bed
as he's running.
He's laying on the bed and his arms and legs are hanging over. So then we cut to him doing push-ups, and it's meant to be he's in the middle of it, and it's the first one. I did push-ups today. I did 3. I did at work. I randomly was just someone at work. I was like, "Dude, 2 push-ups right now." He's like, "I'll do them if you do them." I was like, "All right." So then we did 3, and I was like, "I'm gonna be sore tomorrow."
Hell yeah!
Getting jacked.
Because the most workout I do is sitting up out of bed.
Nice.
I get my
brother.
steps in every day.
Oh, brother!
This guy stinks.
So then through a couple of workouts that are clearly made for Sandy and not for a weakling like SpongeBob. SpongeBob says, "This squirrel's trying to kill me." Because he's taking over this arm crusher thing.
The arm cruncher.
She punches him just in a boxing ring because I think she wants to. I don't think that's going to do anything. His arms are popping off every time he does a workout. I don't remember how he gets launched into the air.
Is it the hamster wheel?
Yeah, the hamster wheel. And his arms get stuck to the glass.
I'm saying they're just glued on or something with some Elmer school glue.
Well, no, you said they're magnetic. They just clip into place.
This is the weakest magnets ever.
So then SpongeBob goes home. He's very sore. He calls her from home to quit when he was just in her dome. but he's laying in bed and he sees a commercial with a shark telling him, asking if he's weak, asking if he wants to be a jerk, have big muscles, and tells him about these inflatable arms.
Harry.
Tells him about these inflatable arms. Like Noah said there, they come hairy for the ladies. So SpongeBob orders some of those and shows up the next day, which is unrealistic because even Amazon can't deliver the next day.
Well, I think Bikini Bottom's got drones, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
No, I've seen these Bikini Bottom people. They'd shoot them out of the sky.
Good Lord.
They go drone hunting.
Well, Plankton's cousins get their shotguns.
So then he gets these inflatable arms, which are just muscly, and he walks up to Muscle Beach, and he's walking like Sebulba from episode 1 of Star Wars. Like he's using his arms to walk. His feet, he's not using his feet at all. So everyone's marveling at this overnight transformation, and they're asking him how he does it, and he's kind of dodging the question, and he says, he goes into this bar, and he says, I used to be a weakling like that guy.
Hey, mate.
Hey, man.
Hey, man.
That was a good
My
one.
favorite
I like
part
that.
is when he looks at Larry and he goes, I used to be a weak guy like you. And he's like,
Yeah, I start with 20 eggs every day. That's just me.
It's
You know, SpongeBob plays it up. You've seen a few episodes now. He's a liar down deep inside. He tells him to make farting like in your armpit. That's how he does his workout. And then Sandy signs him up to toss anchors, which SpongeBob doesn't want to do that, but a drink gets put on his hand. He can't escape in time to stop Sandy from signing him up.
I love how the bartender like is smiling when he picks it up.
Yeah. He definitely saw him struggling. He knew when he put the drink down and like he couldn't move. He's like, "Oh, this is gonna be good."
Oh, I saw that commercial last night too, dude.
it is his retro in the mail. I like how SpongeBob couldn't move a straw.
He couldn't bend the bendy straw.
I don't get it. Is it that he can lift up a spatula? Another, I don't
He
understand.
knocked away two guys flexing.
I think it's just the inflatable nature of the arms is how he did it. Like, when he bumped into him, it was just they bounced off. So then we're in the instant replay or the throwing the anchors contest. So then we're in the anchor throwing contest, and this killer whale goes first, and then Larry. But like the killer whale throws it, and it's 200 yards, and there's a guy that has to measure it. And the announcer says, "Let's see an instant replay." And then the guy that's measuring it gets crushed by the anchor. Which then leads to Larry throwing his and the guy running away because it looks like it's going to land exactly where the other one did. Wiping his brow, the shadow appearing over him, and him getting crushed by Larry's anchor.
Nice.
Him calling out a little bit further, 210 yards. And then we get Sandy's turn, which Sandy is a show-off. I kind of don't like Sandy, I'm going to be honest. She, like, karate kicks the anchor. Like, he throws up in the air, spins, and then kicks it. And
Hey,
guy,
it's impressive.
That's
though.
her method.
I mean,
Impressive.
You can't.
Sure.
That's her method.
the guy that has to measure it starts sprinting, running in circles, and the shadow of the anchor is following him.
Ah!
And then he ends up, of course, getting crushed by the anchor at like 500 yards. So Sandy's obviously the best. And then it's
So
SpongeBob's
does the
turn.
anchor have a mind of its own, or are all the contestants out to kill that man?
I think it, back to the magnet thing, you know?
Oh, the magnet theory. Okay.
Yeah.
How do they work?
It's
Miracles.
just a magnet. I mean, like, I mean, Sandy is a scientist, so she has heat-seeking anchor, obviously.
She has a fucking power boot that can kick the anchor 500.
Yeah, she should have to use her
yards.
bare foot. That's a bit cheating.
Yeah, we don't know what she's got inside that suit, actually.
She does. She is built.
Well, we know one thing she's got.
What is that, Tommy?
What is that?
Tommy, can you tell new members of the show what she's got?
Squirrel OC.
We almost got through this episode without cum and squissy, but yep.
I already said, I said it like
We only
2
got
minutes
halfway.
in.
I
What
don't
are you
think
talking
we
about?
Squisay.
So obviously she's winning this.
It's
Stop
pronounced
it.
squissy.
It's the French version of it. It's Italian. So Sandy's winning. It's SpongeBob's turn. Obviously, SpongeBob doesn't have any real muscles, so he makes a fool of himself.
Okay.
The inflatable arms start forming into his body, which is a disgusting scene of his eyeball and teeth inflating.
I don't know how that works.
And then finally his arms pop, when that guy takes too many steroids. Everyone's seen this video, I know it. When the guy takes too many steroids and you see his muscles explode. And then his arms fall off. And then the crowd stops cheering for SpongeBob and cheers for Sandy.
Heckin' bandwagon fans, am I right?
Everyone,
Yep.
I don't understand why Sandy is so upset at SpongeBob for lying about having muscles.
If you think about it, we've already had the ripped pants episode. He's already lied to impress Sandy before, Oh, he learned his lesson. He sang the song. And then he goes around and pulls this shit. She's just remembering.
He also insulted everything about her training program in the process.
Well, no.
He was literally an asshole. Sandy, you're such a piece of shit. You suck at what you do. I obviously got better training by farting under my armpit, so get fucked.
Yeah.
I would be pissed too if I was Sandy.
Yes, she has every right.
Would you use the arm cruncher?
Not in Biden's America, no.
In Trump's America, would you?
Oh, absolutely.
You should have voted for me again, then.
No, God,
Again.
I never voted for him.
Oh,
I just want
yeah.
to make that clear.
So then we get to the end of the episode. Sandy's mad at SpongeBob, so she puts him on a workout regimen, which is my kind of workout.
Yeah, I feel that. That's all I fucking
Build
do.
major
Is change
workout.
channels.
It's him clicking the remote. And that's the end of MuscleBob BuffPants.
Incredible.
What a banger.
I have
So,
to point out that we were laughing, honestly, every probably 5 to 10 seconds.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a great one. That's one of my favorites. Hey, mate.
we do a watch party, so we watch it pretty fresh and we watch it together. So our reactions are pretty genuine when we watch together, where it's almost like we're sitting on the couch by each other. And then obviously we point out the good jokes.
Yeah. The only issue is I
low,
can't
but-
grab Baby J's thigh while we're watching it.
Yeah.
My thigh, you mean my...
Yeah, I got.
Or
Yeah,
let's see.
I mean, if we were watching it together, I'd have two joysticks in my hand.
Hey.
He's not talking about controllers, boys and girls. He's
talking
talking
about
about... Welcome back. We're here to review the second bit of the SpongeBob duosity, and it is Squidward, the Unfriendly Ghost. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really like this episode to begin with. I was like, wow, this is really gonna ruin how strong this first bit was. But then the last half, I kind of got on board. So it starts with the classic setup: Squidward trying to enjoy his day, and SpongeBob and Patrick trying to ruin it. I don't know how else to put it. Squidward is an artist. He has mastered all forms of art. Wax was the last one, and he did it.
Yep.
With himself in the art. That was the thing.
Yeah, it's all self-portrait, which self-study is
that's
very
all-
important as far as art's concerned.
But it's the only art he baits. You can see it in his room. It's
But
his self-portraits.
That was his goal, is that he wanted to make it in all the art forms.
So, SpongeBob and Patrick are doing SpongeBob and Patrick stuff. Squidward is irritated. He makes them stop, he tricks them somehow to spill out their juice. I don't know. Anyway, so then they resort to throwing a shell. SpongeBob throws it into Patrick's stomach. Patrick catches it and then launches it into Squidward's house, which hits the wax statue of Squidward that he has made of himself while Squidward is in the bathtub. SpongeBob and Patrick then take an elevator in Squidward's house, which we didn't know he had. And then they find Squidward, who they think that they have killed on the floor because he has a shell stuck deep embedded into his head, and Squidward's nowhere to be found because he's in the bathroom.
What?
But don't worry,
was the...
Patrick's got the solution.
He always does. He always does. What was the game they were playing?
It was like a made-up game.
That real quick.
It was like a made-up game. They kept it.
Have you ever done that where you just grab random shit and make up a game on the spot, or no?
No.
No, I've never done that.
I've never done that either.
As a kid, of course, everybody's done that.
I mean, like sticks and stuff, I suppose, but like
But yeah,
never.
but, like, I never like
They
created
probably
an
would, I
actual
guess,
game. Like,
but-
here's the rule book. Like, here are the rules. No.
Oh
never
yeah,
done
no,
that.
I've never done that. I wanted to do that shit after watching that as a kid. I was like, "What did
I
they do?"
lose, but it's Tuesday.
Also, I just realized your pixel is still there.
Okay.
Oh, it is.
It's on my
There
eyes
you
now. I
go.
can hide it if I stay right here. Otherwise,
I can literally not take my eyes off of it.
yeah, it's like left center of screen.
There's another like little one too.
Yeah,
Where?
it's by your
Oh, I
shoulder.
see it.
Dude.
I got two now. Oh, dude.
Oh, no.
They're stacking, baby.
Dude, you gotta keep it going.
I mean,
use it until it's just nothing.
I'm about to say there can be only like 1 pixel of me left before I replace this camera. So then Patrick says he can revive Squidward by doing CPR on the wax statue.
Exactly.
I mean, that's literally exactly what it sounds like.
He starts sort of purple, trying to blow air into obviously nothing. And then he says, "I know I can fix him some sunlight." Obviously, it melts the wax and turns into a puddle.
Wait, let's not forget how Patrick landed on him.
Ass first, baby.
That's the only way he rolls.
I mean, that's a classic meme too.
this is the two cheats imprinted in Squidward's
the double
head.
cheek print, yeah.
Because Patrick is double cheeked out, I'll tell you what.
So that's
Oh, he's
one of the
big.
two
Very
memes that are in
large
this
print.
episode. The next one will come later. So then Patrick says he knows a lot about head injuries. Believe. And he starts drooling. He never finishes the sentence. This is when Squidward's wax is melting and he becomes a puddle, and they try to put it back together and they can't. And Squidward, in the meantime, doesn't know they're in there and is powdering up after taking a shower with baby powder, as one does.
People cover their whole bodies in powder like he does because he's fully covered.
I mean, like, literally below the neck, too. Like, he went the extra mile.
I don't know.
No, if I shave my nethers, I will put baby powder on there.
Well, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. But have
that's
you ever,
really-
like, done your whole body?
No, that's really the only time I use baby powder is if I have recently shaved.
Do you want to do your whole body?
No.
Damn.
I would lotion my body.
I was gonna give you $10 if you just shaved completely all the way.
If you give me $10,
Eyebrows
I'll
off.
shave neck down.
Shave the whole thing and then cover a slip and slide in Vaseline, and you'll be the slipperiest boy
I'll do that for 15.
you've ever been.
I just gotta be pure.
Yeah, I just need to pure.
No hair. Oh, we can't reference other shows here. Guys, what are you thinking?
That's like
so then,
95% my identity.
so then they think that Squidward's dead because he looks like a ghost, and then they eventually like tell Squidward that. And then they offer to give him to serve him because they killed him, and they feel really bad about it. Which of course Squidward takes advantage of.
Yes.
They take him outside on like a throne, and he I move him around. He's like, this spot's too sunny. This spot's too wet. And then they move into a poster of a French artist, and he says, "To Louis-Lautrec." And then like it does like a badoom, like the snare on a hi-hat.
Does
like,
anyone know what that translates to?
I mean, it's a French artist. That's like the Moulin Rouge is like where that's like the guy who does like all those pictures of like the girls dancing with the big skirts and stuff.
Toulouse-Lautrec? Yeah.
Henry de Toulouse-Lautrec.
Yeah, he's like the dude with the club foot and hung out with all the Van Gogh and all those fellows.
Yeah. It's literally out of right field. Makes no sense.
I
Has
love
nothing to do with the episode. It's what makes it so good. So then he asks them, he finally finds a spot, they set him down. He asks them to bring him fruits. SpongeBob brings him a grape. And then a banana, which he just squirts into his mouth out of the peel.
I love it.
One
I always tried to...
watermelon fresh from the manure field, your ghostliness.
Patrick with this whole watermelon bit drops it on him, and I think it's so funny whenever character models change. Because Squidward goes from being Squidward that we know to being a squid trying to eat a watermelon. Like all of his tentacles become active, and he's just like a squid choking down a watermelon, and then his head is like full of watermelon, and then he
Another
spits
good
it
meme.
out.
Yep.
Oh, it's such a good bit.
It's a good bit. He looks like a cute version of Stewie, but also disturbing. Squid Man. I don't know.
It's
Stewie from
true.
Family Guy.
Yeah. It's kind of true.
So then he sends Patrick to get a cherry pie, which he instantly has. Says he found it, and he throws
Where'd you
it
get
to
that?
find another one.
Where'd you
get that?
I found it.
It's nice and hot. Like, how did he find that?
And then he tells SpongeBob to play him some type of music on a tissue, which SpongeBob can't do. Eddie says you can't move until you do it. SpongeBob stays there all day. He can't get it done because SpongeBob's a failure of a human. Or of a sponge, I guess.
Oh, God.
Which leads to... I don't know the exact events, actually. I'm sorry.
He
But it
sleeps
just...
there overnight, and then he comes back and he goes, sleeping on the job.
What's this? Sleeping on the job. And then they
just-
go clean out his back room.
Yeah, I have to clean out his back room. That's right.
You just rip it
wants
off.
to do chores. Yeah, that's just a paper.
Yeah, if you ever want to clean, just rip off the wallpaper.
the wallpaper.
I also like how he had to tell Patrick to come here. Like, let's go do this. And Patrick's like, what? Huh?
Facing the opposite side of the room.
Well, because he brought another cherry pie, which he threw in Patrick's face,
Yeah, that's right.
This is fun.
and then he tasks him with cleaning. Which SpongeBob somehow comes upon the epiphany that they need to release his soul.
Because of the Flying
Yeah.
Dutchman.
Yeah, he remembers the Flying Dutchman.
But they read it.
Yeah, because they
Hey,
use
read
his
it.
body as a coat hanger.
It's his front store display, and he had these goofy ass shoes on too, like clown shoes. I think that's why he made the tail because he's
His
so.
pigtails
Yeah.
are so funny. They're hanging coats on his pigtails because his body was disrespected. Also, he was green before he was a ghost. Why?
It just had to be. I don't think kids could track. Like if it's not green, I don't. That's not the same thing.
That's not the Flying Dutchman.
The Flying Dutchman's green.
So then SpongeBob and Patrick devise a slight plan to release Squidward from his earthly bonds. Squidward obviously just wants him to do the chores. So they start a ritual where they shoot him with spitballs. And then he's clean up his back room, and he opens the door, and SpongeBob and Patrick are in there, and they have a coffin open, and they say, "Okay, get in," which is the other meme. I actually missed the butt on Squidward's face meme. I forgot about that one, but I instantly recognize the coffin one where they're just pointing to it, and they're like, "Get in." Freaks out Squidward a little bit. And so then they go outside and they start digging a grave.
Here lies Squidward. You may not remember him.
Squidward freaks out about that. They invite everyone that they know to come.
We came when we knew for sure.
Oh, Squidward. We came as soon as we were know for sure.
That you were dead.
They still hate him even in death.
He sends them away. SpongeBob and Patrick are like, all right, this isn't working. And then Patrick says something about sending them to the great beyond. And then SpongeBob says, say that again. And then Patrick says, say that again. And then SpongeBob says, no, the other thing. And Patrick says, no, the other thing. And this continues for 30 seconds of Patrick just repeating everything that SpongeBob says.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Inspiring many an annoying child to do the same.
God. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did that to my brother.
I mean, that's just the classic. Like, that's like Michael Scott, where you lock in the miming people. And that leads to SpongeBob realizing he could just blow a bubble and launch Squidward into the great beyond.
There
which he does.
goes.
Well,
Off
how
to
do you
the
think he's
great
gonna go?
beyond.
He's in a better place now.
The fun fact of that, apparently in trivia, it says in the German dub, Squidward, like, you can actually hear what he's saying in the bubble, versus in America, it's just like inaudible. And apparently he's like, what's all this nonsense? Let me down. And then apparently when he's by the seagulls, he moans help. Which, in the American version, he just kind of goes,
He's a Minecraft villager.
There's your fun fact. The Minecraft villager, my wife read like a Reddit post one time about how, like, this girl is like, my boyfriend makes the Minecraft villager sound whenever he finishes during sex.
That's hot.
And then
Me too.
so she asked me, without like reading me that Reddit thread first, she said, what does a Minecraft villager look like or sound like? She looked at me and said that, and I just went, her. And then she laughed so hard, and then explained the context of like, how that's pretty good.
Nice.
I was like, unless he's getting hurt, then it's like, her. But yeah, I just, now, yeah. We'll just look at each other and kind of go, every now and then. We need a good laugh. Also during sex, that's when I use it. But
yeah.
So that's the end of the episode of episode 11. The goof that's on IMDb says the bubble Squidward is able to float up to the surface and into the sky without popping, despite being filled with water.
Wow, I cannot believe they didn't think of that.
They overlooked
Truly
that. I mean,
amateurish. I may stop watching SpongeBob after that.
All right.
so there we are, fellas. What, if any, score would you give season 1, episode 11, MuscleBob BuffPants / Squidward the Unfriendly Ghost?
With your favorite moment.
Come right out the gate.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
It is one of my childhood favorites. One watermelon fresh from the manure field, your ghostliness. Shit is great, dude. Hey, man.
Yes.
It's the best.
Five Spongies for the first part. I was laughing like every couple seconds. And the second part, it was okay. There were a few moments, but not compared to the first episode, or the first part. And my favorite part was when, what was it? I know a lot about head injuries, and then Patrick just forgets everything, starts drooling. I thought that was great.
Jackson,
Yeah.
what you got? You said 10 out of 10?
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely give it 10 anchor arms out of 10. It's the
All
fucking.
right.
I mean, sure, whatever. Second episode was only really funny compared to the extremely funny first one, but like the whole thing's great. All the just SpongeBob's whole like ego arc in the first episode is hilarious. It kind of makes me think of when I first started going to the gym and was just like, oh, I'm gonna try to lift these weights. I totally can't wait, and then embarrass myself in front of everyone. So, yeah, it was funny and very, very good. Good time.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 9 out of 10. I think that's pretty fair. I kind of want to give it a 10, but in my head, Wet Painter and training video is a 10 out of 10. Yeah. But my favorite moment is clearly in the infomercial just because it's so funny to me. Just like, I was a week before Egg Your Arms. It's just clearly a different shark. They're different
peanut worm.
Yeah, I just love that in infomercial. It's like, that's clearly not the same person. So that's probably my favorite moment too.
So IMDb has it at an 8.4 out of 10.
Too low.
That's pretty good. I think it is a little low. I actually liked it. I'm not going to go full 9. I'm going to go 8.9. Unfortunately, the second episode, 8.9 out of 10. The second episode kind of drug it down. I don't know if you've noticed on this episode, but we are sponsored by Buc-ee's now. So that's 8.9 Buc-ee's gas stations out of 10. And my favorite bit, I don't want to like retread what's already been said, but the watermelon bit is just his morphing of the body, becoming a full squid, and his head being full of it. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. There's something about it. I do like Patrick landing on him and making him like the butt face in the wax. That's just that still photo of him. But...
it's pretty good. Honestly, my second would maybe be him just sleeping on the bed as a giant buff man. That's just good to me
with
too.
his legs hanging over.
Yeah.
That's a good bit.
Good night, Gary.
So there we are. Welcome to the new year. Welcome to the same old us. We're still watching SpongeBob. We're still going to continue to watch SpongeBob. Next week we're on episode 12.
Thing you all can do about it.
No, you can't stop us. I guess. No, you can't.
Until we do stop. But you'll never know when we stop.
Next episode
Until we stop.
actually originally aired on my birthday, so that's fun.
Neat.
It's the Chaperone and Employee of the Month, so we hope you tune in for that one. I don't think I have anything else to add. Tommy, if you have a fart ready, you can go ahead and blast that. If not,
Actually,
I
I'm
have
signing
nothing
off.
in the chamber.
Let's get a supplement review real quick.
No.
Tommy liked this episode because it really hit him close to home. All the supplements he was using as far as the blowing up the arms.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, Tommy's a big jerk is what I'm saying.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Because you're so
Meanwhile, I'm a
muscly, is what
wimp.
he's saying.
Facts. These are facts.
So that's it for myself.
And the Spongies.